As Mexico copes with a surge in street violence, a new security force is gearing up. It's been named the Guardia Nacional, the National Guard, established by the country's president to combat organised crime. At full strength, the force will number 60,000 members.
Se constituye la Guardia Nacional.
We have established a National Guard to tackle a problem that is of concern to millions of Mexicans, that of public safety.
The National Guard is something of a gendarmerie-type force, an intermediate force somewhere between the military and the police.
Alejandro Hope is a Mexican security expert and has carefully studied the founding of the new National Guard.
It will be very much dominated by the military directly. Its first commander will be a general. More than two-thirds of its initial members will come from the Army or the Navy. Whereas in most of these forces, what you're seeing is a trend towards more civilian control. What you're seeing in Mexico is a trend towards more military control.
One of the National Guard's first deployments will be here to the troubled state of Michoacan, where entire districts are governed by organised crime. It was here in 2006 where the country's war on drugs was launched, when the sitting president sent 6,500 troops into this conflictive region. The Michoacan campaign ultimately failed. The region remains one of the country's most violent, and in the 13 years since it began, Mexico's war on drugs has cost an estimated 150,000 lives. Circe Lopez is the president of Humanas Sin Violencia, a local anti-violence organisation that sees little chance the new National Guard will be any more successful.
The National Guard represents a strategy that has already failed and caused terrible consequences for this region that we are still struggling with to this day. Militarization has only made things worse, yet these facts have not entered into consideration, and there is no willingness from the federal government to listen or to seek alternative measures.
The National Guard is also being deployed to Mexico's borders in the south as well as the north to help put the brakes on Central American migrants travelling through Mexico towards the US. As the new security force sees its first action, the wider country will be watching and awaiting the results. Alasdair, Baverstock, CGTN, Michoacan State, Mexico.